here are new 7th graders to Central Catholic, and we also have some new families to Central Catholic that are joining us. We will go through our orientation presentation. It will take approximately an hour, and then we will have some help with some tech questions and with some technology issues. So that should be approximately from 3 to 4, and that is specifically for this group. So let's get started this afternoon, if we could, please, and let's stand, and we are going to start with prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. Lord God, here we find ourselves at the beginning of a new academic year. Some of us are new to this community, and some of us have been here a long time. No matter our experience in this school, help us to remind all that we have learned up to this point. Allow us to thrive as a school as we each participate in spreading the good news of your Son, Jesus Christ, in this community. With the past behind us and the future ahead, please guide us throughout this year, encouraging us to do our best in our students, all for your greater glory. We ask this through Christ the Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Well, my name is Mrs. Robertson. I am the principal. Joining me today will be our leadership team here at CC, and you'll get to meet many of them, and we hope that you'll contact any of us at any time if you have any questions. We do have some new teachers to CC this year. For many of you, they are all going to be new. But in the junior high especially, we have Mrs. Beckham, and I believe she is here with us, if you'd stand. Mrs. Beckham is going to be our 7th grade math teacher, so we welcome her. And in 8th grade, we have Miss Indris, and she will be our 8th grade math teacher. Mr. Roberts, he's there in the back. He is going to be teaching some of our junior high PE classes in the afternoon, also assistant athletic director, so you may see him at some of your junior high sporting events. The others there are mainly pertain to high school students, so we're going to move right on there. We have some individuals who have been with us, but they have taken on some new roles this year. So very quickly, the ones that will impact most of our 7th graders and our new students will be our Director of Campus Ministry. Miss Katie Beardmore is the Director of Campus Ministry, and she will be speaking here later in just a few minutes, as well as our Service Coordinator Learner to talk about service learning here at CC. So for student drop-off, generally, our junior high students, our 7th and 8th grade students, enter and exit the building here in the 400 hallway. They usually get dropped off at this door here to the south, and then they usually exit those doors at 312. So because of that, most of you will be entering over by the Emmaus House, what used to be the Emmaus House, now our business office. You can pull up, follow this red arrow here, and kind of pull up between the parked cars and drop them off on the other side there of the Circle Drive. For pickup, and you are also free to drop your students off here at the main door. It can get backed up a little bit there, but you're welcome to drop them off at the main door as well. Just a reminder that this drive in front of Central Catholic, which runs parallel with 9th Street, that is a one-way. So please make sure that you are traveling the one way. For pickup, junior high parents, you can pull into either one of, like where the red is there or where the blue arrows are. And what we ask is that you pull to the side. You can make 2 lines to the side, but leaving enough space in the middle. So when your child comes out to the sidewalk, you'll be able to pull out either from the left or pull out from the right, and then pull up to the sidewalk and pick your student up along the curb. We try to eliminate having students walk through the parking lot, especially at dismissal time. It's just a little bit dangerous, and we prefer that parents pull up to the curb and pick their student up. If you pick up here in the front, please do not pull directly into the lane right by the building. Again, what that creates is we have parents that park on the far side of the curb, and if you pull up into the opening here to pick up or to park, now we have students who are walking through one lane of cars, and then they're crossing traffic, and then they're going to their car. So where this red line is right here in front of CC at the main entrance, please do not park there. You may pull up there when your student comes out to pick them up, and then pull away. But you'll be parking here where these black arrows are, if you choose to pick up or drop off here in the main entrance. Just a reminder for our families who have been with us for a while, this is our old website, so please make sure that you are no longer going to cc.lcss.org. If you come to this page, you are on the wrong web page. We are keeping this page active because our 4 o'clock announcements, which you should receive every day at 4 o'clock, are generated through this old website. We are in the transitioning period of moving that over to another form of transfer communication. This should be the current site that you go to. This is lcss.org, and all of our schools have a link posted there. If you go to the Central Catholic page, you'll see down in the bottom right corner, there are several tabs there for you to click on. Parent Portal contains a lot of information. If you have not been to our Parent Portal, please take some time to go there. It includes many things such as the bell schedule, the school calendar, the student handbook, our course curriculum guide, the summer reading list, the supply list, just all sorts of things that you would need. There's an excused absence form. There's a link for the service learning program and what it involves. Academic requirements to participate in athletics. It's a very valuable site, so please take some time to visit that. So many of you, I understand, are working parents, and we do try to accommodate our families and help with that. So we do offer here at Central Catholic 2 options. Study tables is monitored, supervised by a teacher until 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. It is usually held in a teacher's classroom, and it is a time for, it's a very quiet setting, so it's a very academic type setting. Students can go to study tables, and they can complete homework, work on assignments quietly, and again, that is free of charge to our families who cannot be here by 3:15 or 3:30 to pick up your child. We also offer Nights Cafe, which is in our cafeteria. This is a less structured environment. Students can listen to music, they can watch videos or play video games, do homework as a group. If they're waiting maybe for a practice, you know, some of them will go in there and eat a snack or have a lunch or something. This too is supervised Monday through Friday by a teacher until 5 p.m. for those of you who are not able to pick your child up. There will be no study tables and no Nights Cafe this first week of school, but we will start that next week. We do offer some tutoring services here at Central Catholic. Members of our National Honor Society are required to do some service projects in helping their peers and their classmates. So Mrs. Clark is our National Honor Society moderator, and we will be putting out some information if you would like to sign up to have a National Honor Society student provide tutoring. You may not need that right at the beginning, but as the year progresses, just know that that is an option, and we can help you if you need more information on that in the front office or through student services. One comment too about our study tables, I'll back up here. Some of our teachers will assign your child to study tables. If there is an academic need there where we feel they need some dedicated time to completing homework or to getting some makeup work done, a teacher can assign a student to study tables. For our new families here, if we have any student drivers, please make sure that you check the booth out in the main hall. You will need a parking pass if you are going to be a student driver and parking here in our parking lot. Just a reminder to all of our families, sadly, in the last couple of years, At some of our larger events, such as graduation or football games, we have been experiencing an increase in some theft. So please do not leave any computers, purses, backpacks, anything visible in your vehicle. We hate that when that happens, but unfortunately, that is just kind of an occurrence that we wish we could avoid. But please don't leave anything valuable in your vehicles. And we would encourage our student drivers to make sure that they lock their vehicles as well. If you need to come into the building during the school day, all of our exterior doors are locked during the school day. That's a safety issue that we have been working on for the last 5 to 7 years. So you will need to come to the main entrance. There is a box right here to your right. You simply push that button, an intercom will be activated, and someone in the main office will probably ask for your name and the purpose for your visit, and then they will unlock the door, and then you can enter the building. Most of our entries have a swipe entry, so all of our staff members have a swipe key that allows them to get in the building. Otherwise, those are locked. Which brings me to another thought. Our doors open. These doors and our junior high doors are the two areas where students can enter. Those doors open at 7 a.m. during the weekday. So if you're a working parent or if you have a schedule that you need to meet, students can be dropped off as early as 7 a.m. Many of them will wait or hang out by their lockers. Some will go into the cafeteria. Maybe they have an assignment to finish, or maybe they need to print a project or do something. So doors open at 7 a.m. We have a warning bell at 7:50, and students then are to be in class, seated, ready to go at 8 a.m. And our dismissal day ends at 3:12, usually Tuesday through Friday. Just a reminder that on Mondays, we dismiss at 2:30, and that is for our teachers to have professional development. So every Monday, dismissal is at 2:30. If you are going to be in the building for an extended period of time, you do need to check in at the main office. We do request that all of our visitors wear a visitor's badge. Again, this is just a safety precaution. If we see strangers walking through our building and they're not wearing a badge, they'll be stopped and questioned. Uniforms, we know that there have been some issues with getting, there's a supply and kind of a chain of demand that's kind of better this year than it was during COVID, I will say that. But if you are still continuing to have an issue receiving your ordered uniform items, please send an email to Mr. Pataxel, our assistant principal, and to myself, and we'll just make sure, we'll do some accommodations. We've done this before. So if a student perhaps has a broken leg and is on crutches, sometimes the uniform is not suitable for that type or for that situation. So we're willing to accommodate, and we'll get this settled out within the next few weeks, or settled in the next few weeks. So don't worry about that. Lost and found. So one problem that we continue to have in our locker rooms is students who are leaving clothing or leaving book bags, money. They're leaving it out. It is just too much of a temptation. Some students may, take somebody else's pants, and it may be by accident, it may be on purpose, but we really need for students to put their materials in their locker and lock that locker, whether that is their student locker or whether it is their PE locker. So please make sure that you're encouraging your child to do so. Every year we take garbage bags of clothing out of our locker rooms that is unclaimed at the end of the year. And so at the back table there, this is just since July, I believe. There are items back there at the back wall. Please check, help yourself, and take those. There's coats, shoes. We do launder those things, and because anything that is left will be taken to Millie's, and that is where you can also buy used uniforms. I draw the line at socks and underwear. We do not do socks and underwear, I'm sorry, but if you're walking out of the locker room without your underwear, we got a problem there, maybe. But so anyhow, check that lost and found table. Okay, Some calendar events. Again, most of these are on our calendar, which is on the parent portal, but some that you need to be aware of. Unlike the elementary, our first day of school here will be a regular uniform day. We will not start it with all school mass on the very first day. So just a regular uniform on Wednesday. We will have our first all school mass on Thursday, so we would ask students to have their all school mass uniform for Thursday. Because we have had mass on Thursday, we have all school mass once a week. We will not have all school mass then on Friday, which is when we normally have all school mass on Friday. That is held here in McHale Gym with all of the students and 7 through 12, and we encourage parents to attend that anytime. You are always welcome to come to Mass to be here with our students. Mass, again, is generally on Fridays, and it begins at 10:20, and we're usually done by 11:05. So please join us if you can. This Friday, is going to be our 7th grade retreat, and that's an exciting time for our 7th graders to do some bonding. You know, we have students who are coming from St. Boniface, from St. Lawrence, and then we have new students. And it really is a time to build that community. We all become knights at that point. The students will come down here to McHale at the end of the day, and the whole student body comes here. We do a blessing over our 7th grade students, and again, try to welcome them into a community and not think of them as either a St. Boniface or a St. Lawrence student, but as a CC night. On Friday, August 26th, that's a Friday night, generally we have done a back to school night here at CC, and we have watched our numbers kind of decline. We know everybody is busy. It's another evening out of your family time. So we're going to try something different. The purpose of our back to school night is to get our teachers out in front of our parents so that you know your child's teachers. So that is our first home football game against Lafayette Catholic. Our girls basketball team, varsity basketball team, is also hosting a hog roast that night from 5 to 7. So our teachers will have tables set up outside, out by the athletic field. And we invite you, please go up, introduce yourselves, introduce your families, meet the teachers. It's kind of a meet and greet time. Enjoy the hog roast if you'd like, and hopefully you'll stay for the football game as well. Our teachers will be introduced at the pregame. This is also a time for us to recognize and thank our teachers for the work that they do here with our students. Thursday, September 1st, if you have a student in high school, or if you simply would like to learn more, the state has new graduation guidelines, and those are being implemented this year with the graduating class of 2023. We have a link in this presentation, which will give you additional information, but we are offering an informational session on Thursday, September 1st at 6 p.m. Again, high school students and parents are encouraged to attend. School pictures will be on Friday, September 10th. That's an all-school mass day, so our pictures will be taken in the all-school mass uniform. And then also we have our first e-learning day on Wednesday, September 14th. I know that that will be new for 7th graders here at CC, and their teachers will give them some instruction and some direction on how that is going to look. Our parent-teacher conferences are different here at CC than at the elementaries. We do one day of parent-teacher conferences. That's on Wednesday, October the 19th. We dismiss at noon on that day, and then our conferences run 1 to 4 and 5 to 8. Unlike the elementaries, with 450 students here, 7 through 12, and many of our teachers teaching multiple courses, it almost becomes impossible for every teacher to see every parent and every student. Many of them have a caseload of anywhere from 80 to 100 students. So some of them will schedule a meeting with you, or it may be an opportunity for you to come and visit with the teacher. So we'll send more information as that gets closer. This year, fall break, we have 2 days. Just want to mark those on your calendar. Friday, October 21st, and Monday, October 24th. Our LCSS Business Office is going to be communicating with all of our families with regards to demographic information. We know that many of you have already completed that information through the enrollment process or the re-enrollment process. So we are trying to not have you repeat a lot of that information as far as name, address, phone numbers. But they are going to send out an email to you with some directions. Every family does need to complete this process so that we have emergency contact numbers, we have work numbers, we have current emails. That does need to be updated every year. It also will have a link or some information about medical conditions, what kind of over-the-counter medications you're going to allow us to give to your student, a media release form. There'll be a lot of information that needs to be completed there. Again, this link can give you more information about the graduation pathways. So this will impact all of our students going forward. And again, if you take a look at that link, you can study some of the new requirements. Also, I saw there that I had mentioned that that meeting will be recorded and it will be posted. Today's presentation, I don't know if I've already said this, today's presentation is being recorded. It will be posted on the parent portal, and our slide presentation will also be posted on the parent portal so that you can access many of those links. Okay, next I'm going to bring on Mrs. Suppinger to introduce herself and to also tell you about some of our fundraising events.
Well, good afternoon. I hope you're all very excited about being here. I'm really excited to get to know you all. I work in the front office in the mornings most of the time, and so I'm there to help your kids with whatever they may need. I also am doing the fundraiser. It is tradition here that we raise money for our student accounts, which helps us do student parties, and as your kids get older, and we collect money for prom and senior trips, and so it's just money in there that we are able to use outside of things that hopefully you don't have to pay extra for. And we do this through apple dumplings. So the 7th and 8th graders, you don't need to worry about it this year or next year, but I am talking mostly to the new high schoolers that are here. This is, we don't like to say requirement, but strongly encouraged that everyone participates. And so a schedule and a link will be going out in regards to our apple dumplings and signing up for things. If you are a sophomore or freshman, there'll be a link there for you to sign up to help set up on Friday the 14th or help actually make the dumplings. This year we're going to make 4,000 dumplings. Last year we made 3,000 and cleared 10,000. So it was a very exciting fundraising year, so we're hoping we're going to do the same. Parents, mostly what we want you to do is buy the dumplings and get other people to buy them because, you know, what am I going to do with 4,000 dumplings? So, and the juniors and seniors, we know that the sale date is over fall break, but there's many things that you can do. We're going to sell at the Fall Festival on Sunday the 16th, and you can do behind the scenes and put yard signs in. You can help me just get some of the work done, so if you're not available to actually sell. There will not always be enough slots for everything, so, you know, but first come, first serve, it's so much fun, and I don't want you to miss out. And then 7th and 8th grade, look for it for your time. Thank you.
When I say, can you click on that link?
Sure. When you say.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
All right.
All right. Good to meet everyone here. If I haven't met you before, my name is Sam Taxel, the assistant principal here at Lafayette Catholic. I'm just going to go over a few things. One thing I want to kind of talk about, that I'm going to talk about for mostly in the part where I'm talking, is that we need the parent-student handbook. So our parent-student handbook is posted on our parent portal, which is on our website. It'll also be in this presentation, so the presentation will also be uploaded to the parent portal. But I just want to quickly click on that link really quick, just so you guys can see what it looks like. There's a lot of information in the parent-student handbook. Do I expect the parents to read every single word and memorize it? Absolutely not. So it's nice that we have it in a digital form. And if you look, I just want to point you kind of to the table of contents. All those blue links, if you click on them, will take you, it should take you, if I did it right, it should take you to the direct part that you want to know more information about. Also, if you're computer or tech savvy, you can always like control find and find the information. But if there's any questions in the parent-student handbook, or you have something that's in there that you need more clarification, please reach out to me, and I should be able to answer that for you. Okay, we can go back to
No, I'm
the
trying to get back.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know. There we go.
All right, we're going off script.
Oh,
Okay. All right, those were a few changes. We just spoke to our upperclassmen, so there won't be changes for you. This is all going to be new, but we're not going to be ordering food here to the school through Uber Eats, Grubhub. I don't think we had a lot of issues with that with our junior high students, but for those senior high students who are here, there'll be no food order delivery services here. And then every year we are updating the school as best we can. So one thing that we've started to do is put carpets in the classroom to try to minimize the sound and just to make it look a little more, make the room a little warmer, be a little more inviting. And so we're asking that students are not bringing food or drink into the classroom because we just don't want to ruin those carpets. You can't bring water into the classroom. If you have a bottle of water, that's fine, but sodas and coffees and snacks, we're trying to keep those out of the classroom as much as possible.
also refill stations, you might mention.
Yeah, also we do have, so if you have a reusable bottle, we do have refill stations throughout the school, so you don't have to bring multiple plastic water bottles in. You can refill your refillable water between classes or during lunch. All right. So we're going to talk about a few things, and one thing is, or give you guys a quick overall or quick reminder about attendance, not a reminder for you guys, but if you do know your student is going to be out, or you wake up your student saying he's not going to be there today, or you need to take the student out, just try to communicate as best as you can with our front office. You can either call into the front office number or email us at frontoffice@lcss.org. That's the best way to get a hold of us. The state of Indiana, they're really focusing on attendance this year, and they're going to be asking for our attendance, so we need to make sure that our attendance is right. If we do not get a call from a parent or an email, you're more likely than not get a call from the school, so we can try to remedy that, just so we make sure it's not an unexcused absence. Because we want to try to minimize the amount of absences, but especially unexcused absences, because those are the ones that the state are going to be looking at. If you know your student's going to be gone, we recommend you fill out, or have your student fill out, a prearranged absence form. They're available at the front office. They're also available online. You can print them out, and your student is going to go around to each of their teachers and get that signed, so then the teachers kind of know. And then they're going to bring it to me or to someone in the front office, and then I will sign it. So if you know ahead of time the student's going to be missing for any reason, we encourage you to fill out the prearranged absence form, just so there's no communication loss, and teachers know where your student is. The front office knows where your student is, we can mark it correctly in our attendance. So when we send that to the state, we know it's correct.
Maybe some examples, like family vacations.
So some examples that you may want to fill out pre-absence form. If it's a vacation, you know you're going to be missing days. If it's a family event, if your student needs to go to the doctor or have a procedure done,
Surgery.
things like that, you can fill those out. We have students that go on retreats. Sometimes you don't need to fill them out for school-sponsored events. So if your student's an athlete and they're missing the second half of the day, you do not need to fill it out for that. But anything beyond that, something that's school-sponsored, we recommend that you do for that, as opposed to calling in the day of, just so we have a better heads up and no communication is lost there. Talk a little bit about our cell phone policy here at Central Catholic. Students are not to have their cell phones out in class. And we're going to talk to our staff because we don't want more distractions in the classroom. We want to try to minimize that. So we're asking students to keep their cell phones in their locker on silent. Does every student do that? Probably not. If the cell phone is out in class, though, it could be taken away. It could be confiscated. The parent may have to pick it up at the end of the day. So there are consequences that are spelled out in the handbook if a cell phone is becoming a distraction in your student's classroom. So we're just telling all the students, and we're telling all of our students from 7 to 12, keep your cell phones in your locker, keep them on silent, keep them out of sight, especially in the classroom when there's learning going on. Now our students can use their cell phones during the passing period at their locker. Students can also use their cell phones during the lunch period. If there is an emergency or they do need to make a call or text you for whatever reason, they can come to the front office and do that. They can bring their cell phone to the front office. We're just asking students not to have their cell phones on them during that time. If you need to get a hold of your student, you can call the school and we can get your student from the classroom as quick as possible. Right.
Yeah.
One other instance, I meant to put that. One other instance that we kind of had last year, if a student is not feeling well in school, we're asking students and parents as well, you know, if the student's not feeling well, student, please come to the front office and we can make a call to your parent at that point, as opposed to texting your parent and the parent coming to pick you up without the school knowing. It's just easier for us. We can give a heads up to the teacher. We can make sure you have all the materials. So, student, if you're not feeling great, please come down to the front, or ask your teacher to send you down to the front office, and then we can make any calls or arrangements if need be at that time, especially if you need to go home ill or go to a doctor. Just again, so we have that communication when we know parents are coming into school. That's weird.
That's okay. Go
That's
ahead.
weird. It didn't update, but that's all right. I could roll with it.
What do you mean it didn't update? Did you add something?
Yeah, for these guys. Oh, I took it out because I gotta see if you need to have it. 1 second. Technical difficulty. My fault. Apologize.
Okay.
All right, we're going to be going a bit into depth about dress code, but just so you guys know, for boys, belts, shirts, have it tucked in every day. You can wear outerwear, so we're going to talk a little bit about what students can wear, but the big thing, no hooded sweatshirts, no leather jackets. On special occasions, yes, spirit days, and we'll talk a little bit about what those are, but for most of the time, you can't wear outerwear, you just really can't have a hood on it, can't be a leather jacket. So we do have here at CC what are called Spirit Days. And Spirit Days are days where we're celebrating many different things. I believe we're going to have a Spirit Day the second week of school. I think so. Is that Friday? Yep. And so during Spirit Days, we allow students to wear sweatpants or jeans in school with a CC shirt. So for Spirit Day, we're usually celebrating Spirit or something Central Catholic. So our dress code is a little bit lax at that point, but still we're not allowing students to wear anything they want. It has to be CC related, it has to be sweatpants, it has to be jeans, not with holes in them. We're still expecting that you're dressing with modesty, and no hoodies on that day as well. So like I said, no hats, tank tops, halter tops, spandex, no shirts with cut-off sleeves, no yoga pants. So it's a little respite from the everyday uniform, but it's not a free-for-all during those Spirit Days. And those will be communicated to you and your students ahead of time so you can prepare yourself so on that day you can be in spirit wear. We do allow students to wear shorts in the warmer months, so the first 2 months of school in August and September, then May and June. Students can't wear shorts on those days, so just be aware for boys. If you want to wear shorts, those are the months you're allowed to wear shorts. Any other time, again, we'll talk about it, you will be wearing longer pants. All right, so real quickly, I'm not going to read everything up there. All this stuff is on the, or in the parent-student handbook. But for boys, the dress code on all school mass days, you're going to have the pants with the shirt with the CC brother, or with the CC logo. Now, we do know there have been some issues with the ordering of stuff. Like Mrs. Robertson said earlier, if you're having issues, please let myself and Mrs. Robertson know, just so we have a heads up and we can point you in some directions on what we can do for that. That white button-down shirt, all males will also have a tie on that day. Daily uniform for boys, navy or khaki pants. They can wear either one, shorts in the warmer months as mentioned before, and then a white or navy knit polo shirt. And that's a normal day. That'll be a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Monday type event. Any day we don't have mass, you can wear that uniform as well. For the girls, the pleated skort, like a skirt, short, skort. Length must not exceed 3 inches from the top of the kneecap, and a white Oxford blouse. Now that'll be for mass day. They'll have a mass shirt just like the boys here at school. And then on a regular day, the pleated skort, shorts. You can wear pants as well as the white or navy polo with the CC logos on it. Again, if you're having issues with the ordering process, please let us know. So we just These are just some everyday things. Shoes must be covered toe, covered heel for safety purposes. Just one of the solid colors, tan, black, white, navy, gray, nothing too flashy or crazy. You can wear sneakers. Sneakers are permitted, so most of our students do wear sneakers or boat shoes or some type of shoes, as long as they're solid colored, one of those kind of colors that are mentioned up there. Socks, that's where students are kind of allowed to express themselves a little bit. We don't really have any limitations on what socks you like to wear, so if you want to wear fun socks, go for it. We just ask, of course, that they don't have inappropriate language or anything inappropriate on them. Belts as well, just plain black, brown, navy belt within the loops. Nothing too crazy for your belts. No huge belt buckles, nothing like that. Anything that you think may be a distraction is probably going to be a no-go. Hair, of course, should be well groomed. For the males, the bangs no longer than the eyebrows, so no really long hair over the front. And then no really long hair on the back exceeding the collar. Males, once you get here, there might be some seventh graders, maybe. Clean shaven. Hopefully there are no seventh graders shaving, but just do come to school clean shaven. We do have shaving material here if you do forget. It is not of the highest quality, so I always stress that guys try to shave before you get to school so you don't have to shave with the handout blades. And then jewelry, just again, if it's a distraction, we'll probably have to have a chat about it, but just try to make it not a distraction. For boys, no earrings, no large jewelry to be worn at times. For girls, just keep it, again, simple and non-distracting. No exposed tattoos, body piercings, nose piercings, things like that. And then makeup. Students or female students can wear makeup as long, again, as it's not a distraction. Shirts to be tucked in at all times. And on field trips, students are expected to wear the uniform unless otherwise mentioned, depending on what the field trip has to do with it. And you should be communicated that before the field trip. Now, we're just going to go through a few pictures of appropriate uniforms, just so you kind of get an idea, especially with the outerwear. Anything that's outerwear that has the CC logo, you can wear, as long as it doesn't have the hood. So everything up here is good to go. That would be a girl on a mass day with a collared button-up shirt. That would be a student. You can't really see, but there is a tie in there. That would be a male on mass day. Again, on mass day with a tie. If you do get something issued from your team, you can wear that. Those are okay again, as long as it doesn't have the hood. All right, one more quick uniform thing for those seventh graders or new students who are in PE. Just make sure you do have the appropriate PE uniform. You can find that at the athlete, or the t-shirt at the athlete. And for those of you who don't know where the athlete is, it's right down the road, kind of by Big Lots and Jeff High School, kind of across the street. And your shoes are non-marking athletic shoes. So PE teachers will be dressing out in PE, so you will dress out of your uniform into your PE attire. So make sure you understand that and have that ready to go. And your PE teachers will talk a little bit more about that. All right, for our upperclassmen in here, if you are an upperclassman, a senior high student, 9 through 12, just know we do have a random drug testing policy here at the school. We do it roughly once a month. It depends on the schedule, so you will be in a random pool. 7th graders, 8th graders, or junior high students are not in our random drug testing. But if we do have any high school students, we just want to make you aware of that. It is a screening that is done. We do it here at the school. It doesn't take very long. And that information will be, if a student is told, that information will be sent to the parents along with the test results. So that's all I have. I'm going to hand it over to Laura Rainey. She's our cafeteria manager here at Lafayette Catholic.
Good afternoon. My name is Lori Rainey. I'm Director of Food Service for K through 12. My office is here in Central Catholic in the cafeteria. I want to just talk to you a little bit about our program. The first and most important thing is the USDA did not extend our waiver for free meals. So meals will cost $3.45 for a complete meal. Students can get a complete meal for that, or they can purchase just an entree if they wanted for a certain price or extra. We also have a la carte items here for sale as well during lunch that all cost extra. lunch applications available on a table outside of the doors right here to your right. Please feel free to fill those out, and so we can get those processed right away. Starting next week, we'll also in the cafeteria after school, we'll have a snack bar set up for snacks for purchase. If you're after school for athletics or for studying for anything, we will have a small snack bar set up that you can purchase, maybe a slice of pizza, some chips, drinks, whatever you might need. We have talked a little bit about what makes the lunch. It's very important. It's the same thing as when you were in your previous schools. It's the same concept. We just have a lot of different lines here at Central Catholic. We have a pizza line every day. We have a grill line every day that has 3 or 4 different sandwiches with fries maybe on that, and the fruits and vegetables. And we also have another line which is kind of like our Create American Classic, which has like your chicken and noodles, grilled cheese, and then we also have salads and yogurt parfaits and cold sandwiches as well. And those are all included as an entree item for the $3.45 that you would get. You do need to make sure you have your student ID when you come through the lunch line because we will scan those. Obviously, being new to the school, cashiers don't know you, so it's very important that you have your student ID with you at all times. We have an app, the same app that we've used previously, the NutriSlice app. It's very informative. It has allergen information on it. It has what we're serving for the month. You can get all your good information on that. It's usually pretty much up to date, at least for the high school, because we don't make too many changes here. But sometimes if we have to make a change the day of or even the day before, it may not hit this because it takes about 16 hours for it to talk to the system. But mostly it's up to date as far as that goes. My office is, like I said, here in the cafeteria, so if you ever need anything, feel free to stop in and talk to me, and I will be here the rest of the afternoon as well.
We will be asking your students when they receive their student ID, they will take a picture of that on their phone if they have a phone. That way, if they lose their student ID, they can go to their pictures within their phone, pull that up, and they'll be able to scan that in the lunch line right off of the student phone. And that way then they won't ever, not have their student ID and be able to eat lunch. Okay? And if they should lose it or they don't have their phone, we have a backup plan. They can come to the main office and we'll make sure that they get a paper ID for the day and can eat lunch.
We always have a backup. Welcome everyone. Melanie Davis, I'm the Director of Student Services. I've met many of you at either admissions meetings or the 6th grade parent night. So thank you for being here. Beautiful faces, parents too. This is one of my favorite times of the year, greeting everyone coming back. Everyone's so excited. It will be a great school year. We have a great team in student services. In terms of our school counselors, Mrs. Amstutz is a counselor for last names A through K, and Mrs. Weiss is a counselor for last names L through Z. You have seen both of them in the hallway, either picking up your students' schedules, or Mrs. Weiss is standing out next to the Soarer binder table, the Naviance table, and other services that we provide here at CC. Mrs. Furrier is the registrar. She's also helping distribute schedules this morning, or this afternoon. Speaking about schedules, if there is a change that you would like to make, our window opens today, and it will be open for 2 weeks until Wednesday, August 31st. After that point in time, we make no more changes. If there are situations that require a change at semester, we may consider those, but primarily the first 2 weeks of school are the opportunity to make changes. Also note that our class changes are pretty limited only because we only have so many courses offered per period. So have a conversation with the counselor if you are considering a change, and they can help you work through that. Mrs. House, not too fast. We have the 9360 room, and Mrs. House, she was here earlier, I'm not sure if she is on the hallway. She is our lead teacher. She has been with us for 3 years, and she will be housed in the 9360 room, but will also push into some of the classrooms to offer student support. We have a ton of support through the counselors, as well as myself and Mrs. House. We have an interventionist assigned to CC as well, and she will support Mrs. House with students, not only with plans, but also just who need some support or having a bad day, whatever. We are here for you. Okay. We began an initiative to work through some social emotional resilience lessons about 3 years ago. This will be our 4th year. And initially, this came from a grant funding, but it's also something that is mandated through the Department of Education that we require this type of instruction in the classroom. We have embedded some of this work in 1010 classes, which is the homeroom period for students, and we are calling those this year Encounter Tuesdays. Our encounters with students, the idea is that we build relationships, offer support, have conversations, get to know the students in the 1010 classes, and hopefully help them work through some of the core competencies of self-management, regulation, problem solving, decision making, some things that are going to be life skills. And we're beginning this in junior high, so they will receive some of these lessons, instructions, activities beginning in 7th grade, and we'll continue with that. In combination with campus ministry, I think, again, our ultimate goal is we're developing servant leaders when they leave CC. So we are excited to be delivering this to students. At the start of the year, all students here will be given a screener, and this is just kind of a temperature check, see where they're at. I'm a school psychologist in training, and my national association kind of went through this initiative where they were giving a temperature check at the start of the school year in all the buildings across the nation. So we started this about 3 years ago, and the data is compelling, it's wonderful. We assign those 1010 teachers to check in with students right away. The counselors checked in with students, I checked in with students, collaborated with parents, came up with some ideas, strategies, and then mid-year we do another check, see where they're at, and it's been very helpful to kind of meet the needs of the students where they're at. The Encounter Tuesdays, again, I already mentioned that. The parent encounters, there will be lunch and learn sessions again offered throughout the school year, and PACE is wonderful about helping organize and coordinate those, as well as streaming those. And we will also have the Gift of Failure book study. So for 7th grade parents, you should have received the book, and hopefully you will register. Registration is on one of the tables out there. So hopefully I will see a lot of new faces in the group this year. So welcome to CC. Look forward to a great year. Oh, here's our, sorry, I'm not ready for you yet, Mr. B. We do have a virtual office. It's missing, oh no, there's Mrs. Osh, she's on it. And Schoology, we'll do a lot of posts on Schoology. So again, make sure you're checking Schoology as well as the 4 o'clock announcements. We'll also have a blog on the CC website under Student Services, which is under the Academics tab. So a lot of communication. And again, if you have any questions, we're here for you. Just email us at Student Services. Now, Ms. Reed.
Thank you.
My name is Tim Bordenay. I'm the athletic director here for junior and senior high school. And I want to welcome and encourage all of our new students to be as involved as we'd like to be. One unique thing about Central Catholic is at the junior high level, we have a no-cut policy for all of our school-sponsored sports. So you can get as involved as you'd like to in all the athletics. Our fall teams have started practices. It's not too late if you haven't. If you'd like to join, you can still do that. With the exception of volleyball, volleyball call-out is this Thursday after school. So if you're interested in volleyball, please come to call-out then. Even the cross-country and football team, if you'd like to, they haven't started practice, but if you'd like to join those, you're more than welcome to do that as well. Another unique thing about Central Catholic is all of our students, junior high and senior high students, receive a all sports pass for free admittance to all of our athletic events. So all of our students, either this week or next week, will be getting an email from EventLink. All of our students will have their own LCSS email, and you'll be getting an email from EventLink at that email address to download your all sports season pass. So then you can save that to your phone and bring that to the game and scan and get into any event. So we encourage you to do that, but please look for that email from EventLink because it will only be up for a couple of weeks. So we encourage everyone to get that downloaded as soon as you get the email. Another thing that we do here at Central Catholic is we have our parents work the gate concession for our events. We are doing something new this year. In the past, we've had parents sign up to work events. This year, each individual team coach will be sending out a list of assignments for gate concession. Those will be on EventLink. You'll also receive a weekly reminder if you're scheduled to work one of those events as well. If parents are interested in buying either single game tickets or season pass tickets, you can do that on EventLink. Once you sign up your account on EventLink, you'll get a daily reminder of the events that you're signed up for, and there'll be a little tab on there to purchase tickets. When you go to that tab, you can either access it through that link, or you can go to our athletic website, LCC_athletics, and you can purchase tickets there for individual games or for the season pass. And season pass, if you're just interested in junior high events, you can purchase junior high only, or if you want a junior high and senior high event pass, you can purchase that as well. And with that, I'll turn it over to our campus ministry team, led by Katie Bierman.
Thank you.
Hi guys, it's just known, we have the best jobs in the building, okay? Because we get to help you grow in your faith and journey with you toward the Lord, and our whole purpose here is helping you to be great saints, so that someday we are all together in heaven, and I'm sure their orientation is really great in heaven, but that's our job here. So my name is Katie Beardmore, I'm the Director of Campus Ministry. I take care of all of our retreats, liturgies, overseeing our service learning, collaborating with different departments, and then being there for you when you're having a bad day, when you're having a great day, when you need someone to pray with you, when you need someone to pray for you, and journey with you through that time. And then I just want to say, I was also a 7th grader here. And can I see who are the 7th graders? Okay, great. And instead, who are just new students? Okay, great. So I remember standing right outside those doors at orientation and being so nervous. And I'll tell you, we take great care of our new students and our 7th graders wanting to be there for you and walk you through. So any nervousness, don't worry, you're not alone. There are other people that feel nervous too, but also we are here for you. I'll let Mrs. Bonner introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Bonner. I am the assistant campus minister, so I help Ms. Beardmore with the retreats and different things. I am also the service learning coordinator, so I will be in your classrooms helping you out with your service learning program. If you have any questions about how that works, you'll come see me.
Okay, so
Sorry. Yep.
Okay, so one thing we have new this year, which will be great, is we have a campus ministry office that is just right at the corner of the junior high hallway and the senior high hallway. And we are there you can come talk to us, you can come turn in permission slips for retreats, whatever, but that is central in our school because what we do is central to our school. So if you need anything, we are right there and ready for you. Okay. Every grade has a retreat. So 7th graders, your retreat is within the first 3 days of school. On Friday, like Mrs. Robertson said, you will not go to any classes. We spend the day, our juniors and seniors, walking you through what it's like to be a knight and getting you acclimated and getting to know each other. And by the end of the day, we have, again, what Mrs. Robertson said, we pray over you and really bring you into the fold. And so we're really excited about that. For the other grades, if you're a new student in other grades, our 8th grade retreat is a service retreat. So that's where we go out into the community and we serve. Our freshmen and sophomores have different retreats, but both in April. And we have a group that comes in, NET, they're going to put that retreat on for us. Our juniors, if you're a junior, we have a 3-day, 2-night retreat that is consistently one of the highlights of the Central Catholic experience when kids graduate, that's what they say. And if you're a senior, we have a walking retreat on Wednesday, September 28th. Those are all really special days and really important days for campus ministry here. So we're going to talk about service. Mrs. Robertson, you can just have all those come down. I just want to say that never in the history of Central Catholic Junior Senior High School, Lafayette, Indiana, 47905, United States of America, Earth, have we had a service learning coordinator. Service learning has always been super important to us. Jesus didn't just say, hey, if you guys don't serve the poor, I'm going to be disappointed. He said, if you don't serve the poor, he ain't coming to heaven. And so we take his call to serve, not just getting hours and checking off boxes, but serving those who are in our community that everybody else ignores. We want to be the ones that we serve the poorest and the neediest. And so having Mrs. Bonner as our service learning coordinator, she is there to walk with you through getting those hours, but most especially learning what it's like to answer the call to serve. And so, can we just give Mrs. Bonner a round of applause? This is so exciting for Central Catholic. We're really excited. She's gonna explain a little bit more about what that looks like.
All right, first of all, I just want to say that this may seem really overwhelming, but I'm going to go into the classroom in the first couple weeks of school and explain in depth what to do. So don't get overwhelmed and don't get scared off the bat. So we have a mobile serve app now. Some of you might have had children here in the past and they did it all on paper. Now it is all online. They turn in their hours on the website, or you can actually download the app on your phone or their phone, and they use their school login to log their hours. We also are going to reinstate service learning in the theology classes this year. Last year we were not in theology classes, but this year I'm going to personally come in to every theology class once a month, teach a lesson about theology. We're going to talk about what the opportunity of the month is. We're going to focus on an opportunity of the month each month this year. You might have remembered Sister Lenore implementing in the elementary schools last year some service learning. We are actually working with her this year. So across all of the schools, our opportunity of the month is going to be the same. We are also going to have my spreadsheet that I use to keep track of hours accessible to the students and, more importantly, to the parents. So the parents are going to be able to go to the LCSS website and view how their students are coming along with their service hours.
Do you want to explain that? Oh, sorry.
We will show you what the spreadsheet looks like and how to access it in a second, but I want to talk a little bit about the categories. We have 3 categories here at Central Catholic for service learning. We have direct service to the poor and needy. So how I like to explain that is if you are looking directly in the eyes of the person you are serving, that would count as a direct service hour. So if you're serving a meal at Lafayette Urban Ministry, or if you are Jubilee Christmas. If you are at Jubilee Christmas, helping families walk through or bringing the packages to their car, that would count as direct service. Indirect service to the poor and needy would be that you are helping people who are in need, but you're not necessarily giving it directly to them. So maybe you participated in a diaper drive for Bravely Women's Health, the Pregnancy Resource Center here. You brought the diapers, but you didn't physically hand them to the mother. So that would count as indirect service because you indirectly impacted them. And then we have church and school hours. So if you are an altar server, that counts. If you sing in the choir at your church, if you help at German Fest, or if you help with the mission trip to Haiti at St. Mary's, anything like that, those would count as church hours, school hours. A lot of times you can get it through your sports if you're helping with the sports camps in the summer here with the little kids, different things. Teachers sometimes need help in their classrooms, that sort of thing would count as school hours. Okay, this is our website that they talked a little bit about earlier, and all of our service learning information is on there and accessible to the parents. So I think the first one that we're going to show is the ongoing opportunities. If you click the ongoing opportunities link, you'll be able to see the things that are kind of always available in our community to do. So that would be working at Food Finders Food Pantry, or serving at Millie's and will be on mobile serve physically. So the students, like for instance, German Fest, if they wanted to work in the arcade at German Fest, they'll sign up for that on mobile serve. But this page here will have the ongoing opportunities that are always available in our community. All right, next is the spreadsheet. So you will be able to access this spreadsheet from the website. At the bottom, it says all of the grades. So you will just find your student, what grade they're in, and then find their student on the side. It will have the amount of hours they have completed listed. Once they have met their requirement, there will be a check mark next to it. And then if they have met the requirement and they're still doing service, which we really encourage, still have your student enter their service learning into mobile serve app, because a lot of times scholarships and things do actually account for how much service you've done. So if you have met your requirement, please continue to enter your service hours into mobile serve. All right, there are different minimum hours for each grade level. For 7th and 8th grade, they're the same. You need 6 hours of direct service to the core and needy, 6 indirect to the core and needy, and 5 service to church and school. This is a little bit complicated and we'll go more in depth in the classroom, but you can do direct hours as your indirect hours, but you cannot do indirect hours as your direct hours. Okay, again, I'll explain that further in class.
Okay, I know that is overwhelming, but every single month, Mrs. Bonner will come into your classroom, she'll check in with you individually, she'll check in with you as a class, she'll help you, guide you through submitting, so don't let that be overwhelming. And if right now you put service hours to the side and wait until the end of August, Mrs. Bonner will come into your class and help you out there. Every year we have a theme that starts with Be Saints. Last year it was Be Saints, Do Something. And we have a new theme this year that we will reveal next week, but that is what we will kind of focus on all year in helping us to be saints. So we're really excited about that. Our email addresses are there. If you ever need anything, parents, we're here to support you as you are the primary catechist of your children. We're here to support you with that as well. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us if you ever need anything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'd like to bring up members from our parent group, PACE.
Hi, welcome. I'm Barb Schumer, part of the leadership team with PACE, along with Julia Tanney and Jennifer Page and Lindsay Jones are still part of the leadership team. PACE is a parent organization at Central Catholic. All parents, grandparents, and guardians are considered members of PACE. Our mission is to provide academic enrichment opportunities for our students, teacher support, and a sense of community for all Central Catholic families. PACE typically relies on parent donations and fundraisers to support our teacher grants, academic enrichment for our students, community building, and teacher appreciation efforts. We'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who has participated in past years of bringing donations or their time in helping our students and our teachers feel appreciated. Some of the things that we have done is during Catholic Schools Week, we have lunch for our teachers. We have parents bring in ice cream bars for the students. We also have Teacher Appreciation Week during May, where we ask for donations, and teacher grants. These two ladies next to me will talk about the fish fry, which is our major fundraiser.
Hello, my name is Anna Harlan, and my friend here, Chris Clue. We are sharing the fish fry this year, along with help from Jennifer Page, that's been doing it for the last 3 years. This is a huge undertaking. It's the biggest fundraiser for PACE. We rely
technology department team.
Hi everyone, my name is Caroline Sanders. This is Stephanie Pollock. We're almost done, don't worry. I think we're like the last ones. Couple of things. Down when you picked up your laptop, your seventh grader, your student laptop, you should have gotten a user agreement, basically a contract saying that you'll take care of the device. They're really nice laptops. They're all new this year, so pretty lucky to have them. Where you picked up the laptops, that little cutout, we call that the tech desk. Throughout the school day, we have students manning that. So if you have a problem with your laptop, if you forget your laptop and need a loaner, come on down there, and that's your first kind of line of defense for anything related to issues with your laptop. If no one is in there at the time, just come on into the library. That's where Mrs. Bullock and I sit, and if we're in there, we'll be able to help you. Otherwise, if we're not, just come back the next class period. So a couple of things for the laptops. The cases have to stay on. If you take the case off, you void the insurance and are responsible for the cost of the laptop if something should break. Otherwise, if there's a break, we'll send it in to get it fixed. The first one is free. The second one is $100. The third one is $250. And these are cumulative throughout your time at CC. They don't reset every year. You may put stickers on your laptop case, not on the actual case. And please do not use Sharpies or pencils. Do not write on your laptops, please. Some of the common breaks, things to be aware of to avoid getting fined. Be aware of stacking books on it, overcrowding your laptop. That can compress it, can break the screen. You see that a lot. Don't drink open container waters, anything around it. Those get spilled all the time, and that causes issues. And another thing that people tend to do is they'll leave like a pencil or AirPods in their computer when they close it, and that just shatters the screen right there. So some things to be careful with there. As far as when you're using your laptop, these are LCSS laptops. They are monitored through a program called Securely. We can see what you search, videos you view, and your parents will get reports on your activity each week. We will send that out to parents to let them know how to sign up for that, so you can keep an eye on what your child is doing, make sure that everyone is staying on task and staying safe. So the next one, school junior school.
Okay, so Power School is where we keep all of your information, your addresses, your phone numbers. We store grades, so all the historical grades will be there. Really, the only time you guys will use Power School is when you go to get your child's report card. Schoology is going to be your main source of information from your teachers and from the schools. You can set up notifications, and we'll send out information on how to set up notifications. You can get notified every day. You can see grades on there. You can see announcements, updates from the principal or from the teachers themselves. So Schoology is going to be your main source along with your 4 o'clock announcements.
A new policy we put into place is lost and stolen laptop this year. Basically, if you lose or have your laptop stolen, you're responsible for the cost of it. And if it is stolen, a police report does need to be filed so that we can get that taken care of on an official channel. If that does happen, just reach out to us at helpdesk@lcss.org. That's an email that you should write down. Just reach out to us if you have any questions at all. We're happy to help you. We're going to make this as easy as possible for you. We will get back to you hopefully within a day. We're a little overloaded right now, but we're doing our best for it. Last year we started this thing, the LCSS Community Directory.
to wrap up, here on the front table, we have a flyer. On the front, it has information on how to sign up for EventLink. Again, it is crucial that you do that. That is how we do school cancellations and school delays. Also, that's how you can get morning notices. I think mine comes in every morning at 5:55 a.m. of the events for the day. On the back, there's information about ordering uniforms, where to get those. And also, if you want to see an example of the excused absence form, we have a copy of that up here as well. I also have a pair of shoes and shorts that were left at the boys' swim party last night, or yesterday afternoon. So if these are your shoes, they look like nice ones, come get them. Let's see here. Also, when you picked up your schedule, you should have received a hard copy of a parent quick guide. That is a great thing to put on the refrigerator with a magnet. It's got bell schedules, it's got contact information, calendar events. Stick that on the refrigerator. It's a great, great resource. We do have some lost and found items in the back. Please make sure you check that before you leave today. If there's anything there you can use, please take. Any leftovers are going to be donated to Millie's. Also over here we have some extra donated school supplies. If there is anything over here, hand sanitizers, books, pencils, anything that you can use, please help yourself to that. Okay. Before we move to do some technology training, again, just on behalf of our entire team and our entire staff, thank you for choosing Lafayette Catholic Schools. It is our pleasure to serve your students. This truly is a remarkable place. We love what we do here, and our students make it a beautiful place to be and to grow and to learn. At this time, I would like for the students to bring their laptops and to come sit at one of the tables. Parents, if there's room behind or next to them, you can, but we want students definitely at the tables. Parents, you might have to stand behind your child